Good morning. Sunday, July 20th, a review, a recap of the topic we spent, or topics, I should say, on Friday, last Apple workshop we were together. We mainly focused on the various items contained within the Safari browser, and there are many items we discussed. One of the most important things we discussed was brought up by Dr. Harold about the speed of MacMost. I'm glad he's using the website. Kudos for you, Harold. What we want to do is make sure that you're able to slow it down. Gary at MacMost, I watch him almost every day. He has a tendency to speak rather quickly. So what we do is we go to his video, for example. We'll type in MacMost, that's his website, and I'll press enter. And there's Gary, always wears a hat. And over here you can see we have various categories. And one of the key things you want to look for maybe is video search. And I know I did this in class with Harold. And alphabetical, which I'd love to see, we have the concept, or rather the category, Safari. So we click on that category and we see various things that Gary wrote, the date, I should say recorded, and he goes way back, scrolling all the way down. There's hundreds of them, 150, I believe there were. I won't do any more because you'd probably get motion sickness. I know I would. And there's a shortcut key to go to the top of a web page. We're not going there. 150 videos on Safari. Think about that. But the one I pointed out and we discussed in class was how to save articles and read later. That goes in the reader. So let's take a look at that. Safari reading list. So that's what it's called, but this is a little description. Let's take a look at that as a review. You can watch again later in its entirety, but we want to see how you watch the video. That's the key thing right now. So we click on that. Here we go. And there's Gary. And we know we have a big button here, smaller button here. But here's the secret to slow Gary down. He probably drinks a lot of caffeine. So we're going to come over here to this little gear. This is in any YouTube video, whether it's in Apple TV or on a Chrome browser or anywhere. Anytime you see a gear, that is where you get to slow down the speed. So we tapped on the gear. It pops up. We tap one finger. We move up with one finger, and we tap with one finger. And then we can just click anywhere and play Gary. Now, I don't think you can hear him because I have my earbuds in, and I'm not playing any sound from the computer. So that's all you got to do to slow Gary down. So one more time, when the page loads, you got to get your mouse up in here while it's maybe recording, or let's see, disappears. I'm going to pause it, go to the gear, look for the word speed, and then change it to what you want it to be. Why would you do this? To take notes, to practice along on your MacBook Air. You might have this video playing on YouTube, so you can have two screens at the same time. Gary giving you instruction on your iPad, and then you doing it on your MacBook Air. That's it, right? Point number one, very important. This is how you can help yourself. Now, going back to this video in general, a couple things we briefly talked about in class as well. Just click on this gear. Now, one of the disadvantages of watching it on Mac most is you don't know where a topic might be presented. So you can see Gary there, you got the play button, you got these little buttons at the side here, how long the video is, etc. Here's the key thing. You can also watch this on YouTube. Now, why would you do that? Here's why. I click on it, it loads, little commercial, bear with it, and we now skip, no thank you, and we pause. So it's the same video, but here's the difference. If we scroll down, you see the word more, and you scroll down, little advertisement for his website, which is great. Get his newsletter, recommend it. Do anything you can to support Gary. I do. I give him $5 every month, and he has 2,000 listeners. Think about it. You do the math. But here's the main point. You can go to a particular point, particular time and topic on that web page. So if I want to go to saving articles for reading offline, I tap, and I'm right there. I don't have to scroll through or listen to the whole video. I can jump around to wherever I want, and I'll click, and that's all you got to do. That's it. That was another key point, watching videos on YouTube, particularly with MacMost.com. Now, what else do we talk about? A lot of things. One of the things was the display. I know, Penny, you had a challenge when we were doing something. You were signing up, I forget exactly for what, but you couldn't see the button because the viewing of your screen was very large. And what we did is we went to the Apple, we went to System Settings, and I had you do a search on display. You don't have to spell out the whole thing. And there it is. Just if you want to, by all means. Harold, don't you type it. It'll take forever. You just type in disks. And we tap on displays, and there it is. Penny had it all the way over here, and it gives you a little warning. It'll distort your screen in the sense that you won't be able to see everything on it. So that's what happened. So we're not going to do that on my screen, but this is the default. Kind of small. We're an older group. Make it bigger. Maybe make it bigger. It gets really big. And then there's the ridiculous. So if you do that, you're kind of limiting yourself of what you might be able to see that's functional. So be careful on that size factor. All right. So I stick to this one right here, and I'll do that for the rest of this recording. Again, that was under System Settings. I did a search on Display, and I had multiple choices. That's it. We'll talk about that one some other time in class if you have any questions. Next, the big thing was, well, not the big, there were several things here. We know that the red will close the window, the yellow will minimize the window, and the green makes it really large. That's full screen. When you click on the green button, everything can disappear. Now, some of you don't see the menu at the top. You can't even see it now on my recording. This device does not, excuse me, this program does not record the menu bar at the top of the screen. But you have the word Safari, that's the program you're in, of course, and then we have File all the way down the screen to the word Help. You can't see it on recording, that's just the nature of the software. But if you want to get out of the green full size, you just move your mouse up and it appears, and then you tap and you exit full screen. So we have all these buttons. I'm not going to discuss all of them in this video, that would take a long time. But one of the things we talked about was this little square, and it's got a little vertical bar, and when we tap on it, a sidebar opens up, a side panel. Open, close. Kind of fun. Down at the bottom, now yours might look different right now, but down at the bottom is the key thing. You have various items to look at in this panel. Case in point, bookmarks. Tap it. The other items went away. You're in the bookmarks now. Where are these bookmarks? Well, these are favorites. Where are those favorites? They're right up here. Oh, I see. So we have a favorites bar that you can show or not show. You have a side panel that you can show or not show. And you have bookmarks that you can see in the side panel. That might be beneficial. If we go back one screen, down at the bottom, we had bookmarks. We go back. We have something called a reading list. We talked about this last week. You might not have been there. A reading list is like another way of bookmarking something. A little bit bigger to look at. I bookmark a lot of videos from Gary, various things I want to go back on. I would simply click on it. It's like a bookmark, but it's in what's called a reading list. Now, normally you would have articles to read. I'm using it to put videos. Let's go back one screen. Let's go back to bookmarks. I can go to that video again by clicking on this right here. It's the same idea. It's just a different way of approaching things. Normally, the reading list is used to read something later. Let's take a look at how that might work. I'm going to go back here, tap, go to my reading list, and I'm going to hide it for a moment. And I'm going to go to a web page that has a lot of information on it. So I'm going to make a new tab. Remember that little plus sign? Mine's right next to the center here. Yours in class might be over here on the far right. Yes, you can move it around. How do you do it? Point to an area up here on your toolbar and right-click, two-finger click. Customize toolbar. We did this in class. I know we did. I recall some people adding spacers. Yep, you can do it. No details. You'll figure it out. Just know how to get here. So when you move a bookmark up there, I'll just drag one up here. There it is. I just put the share there. They're wiggling. You can see them wiggle gently, slightly. Click on Done. You don't want something there? Right-click on it, remove the item. It's gone. If you don't want something there, right-click, remove the item. Let's see, I don't want to have this. What is my history? I want to leave that there. Microsoft Rewards, I don't want it. Right-click, remove the item. It's that simple. The plus sign is going to make a new tab or Command T. And here, well, look at that. This is my start page. The favorites that you see here, I put the words in, they weren't there in class the other day, are right here. So once again, you have several places to find favorites. Favorites bar, your start page. I put them in alphabetical order, like just drag and drop. Move it around. You don't want something there? Do a right click. Delete it. Experiment with two-finger click. You'll be amazed how much information or choices are when you point to something and do a two-finger click on your trackpad. All right, next, the reading list. We want to go to a web page that had maybe some good stories. So let's go to, okay, NYT, I don't know, New York Times. You have a story here. I am a subscriber. My wife likes playing the games. $12 a month to play games. That's fine. This my account? Yes, it is. There's my account right there. So I got a lot of stuff in here to look at. Overload. You might recall last week's class, we showed you this little icon next to the website name, the little icon there with the little lines, hide distracting items. And when we do, the blue rectangles appear. And you click, and you click, and you click. Not much left to read if I keep clicking, but you got the idea. It's not happy about that. Get out of there. So let's say we're done. All right. And we're done. I'm going to do a refresh. It's that little circle here. Let's see what it does. There you go. So a lot of those items are hidden. But let me make it easier to read. Still a lot of chaos here. Let me go read a story here. I don't know what it says. I don't really care. But again, we have a little bit more advertising on this page. Maybe. That's not right. We'll do a refresh. Hey, no, nothing's here. Wow. Bad example. Hit the back arrow to go back. Let's see. What about Justin Bieber? How's Justin doing? Not so good. I think by hiding those items, he got mad at me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and we're going to come here and we're going to put show hidden items. Are you sure? Yeah. This was kind of a good exercise. So now all those hidden items are still not there. Let's do a refresh. That looks better. Much better. Now we'll go where we want to go. Let's read about the Birkin handbag. Right, there you go. So we scroll down and we have some advertising. Okay. Someone who needs to eat a cheeseburger. All righty. Scroll down. A lot of pretty pictures. You know, they're selling a handbag. But maybe I don't want to see all that. I just want to read the story. We go to this little icon and we're going to go to reader view. Show reader. That's different than this. This is just going to show us text. That's all we have to do. Let's see how it works out. Here you go. All right, we are getting some pictures. I like that idea. But all of it is focused in the center. We have a dark background, which we can change the color of. We saw that last week. All right. Now it's in reader view. Wow. Now what can I do? Well, if I come up here, I want to keep it there. I can change the color. That's the font. Here's the color. A little bit different. Again, last week you saw it in the video as well. Let's keep it in reader view. All right. Now, this is what I'm looking for. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. No, leave it there. You click the plus sign. You don't normally see it until you move your mouse pointer up into the what we call the address bar, where you type in a website, an address of a website. You don't see it, but when I move my mouse pointer, you see a plus sign. That's what we're looking for. This plus sign is going to add this web page to the reading list. Look to the right of the mouse pointer. Add page to reading list. Well, where's my reading list? Over here on the side panel. I have to go to reading list. There's my article. There it is. So it's like a favorite, but it's something you probably just want to read and get rid of it. Could this be a favorite? Sure. But it's just a story in time. It's not a regular item that's going to be updated all the time. So I want to see this video. I can then, of course, go to Gary's webpage or my webpage, whatever it is. But this is the reading list. So one more time, we hide the side panel. You found a story in question. You find it. You might want to hide it so you only see it as a reader. You come back up here. There's the plus sign. You click on the plus sign. You open up the side panel a week later. You go down to your reading list, and there's your article. First one we saved as a reader, and then the second one. This one we not put in our reading list. We can make it so it shows it as a reader. There you go. Pretty easy, pretty simple. I hope you agree, but you got to practice. Do it every day. Read a story, go online, find something. It's not hard. You just got to do it. What else did we do? Oh, quite a few things. I made a list here. Reader view. One of the last things we did, and I don't want to make this video too long, and one of the most fun things we did is play around with faces. Oh, yes. Nina, you love this one. Ella, you were laughing, making things with your kids. We talked about artificial intelligence. We talked about Claude. I warned you or told you or suggested to you when you search for something else in another AI tool. This is Claude, ChatGPT, probably the better one out there, honestly. Then we had Microsoft. Oh, this is Gemini. This is Google's. Then we have the one from X, formerly known as Twitter, Grok. Then we had Copilot. And this is where we had some fun with Microsoft Designer, where you can create items. If you recall, I made a bunch of items in the world of, what's his name? Norman Rockwell, right? Yep. I was having fun earlier. I'm opening up some other pages. Here we are, Norman Rockwell images. And I had you do the same thing, create a Norman Rockwell painting, etc. I'm not going to read this to you. And using the different items, you can see the title up here. I'm going to make this bigger. No, I'm not. I'll do it this way. You can see what generated is. So using that sentence, we have various renditions of what it was interpreted, how it was interpreted. Gemini gave me this. Gronk gave me that one. Copilot, Microsoft, and this was the worst one. Claude really let me down. I have no idea what they were thinking when they created this tool for images, but that's definitely not their strength. So again, practice. Go to the browser, go to the engine, and I gave you a link. Remember, I sent you all these in one email, and have some fun. But speaking of fun, the last thing I think was face swap. That was a map. I have no idea why a map's there. Let's see. Where is my face swap? Oh, I know where it is. I added it right here. Oh, by the way, these were pinned. Remember that? These little tiny things are pins. So we got favorites. We have icons that do things for us for the browser. And these are web pages that we go to, and we want to keep them there all the time. So one of them is Deep Swap. I clicked on it. And if you recall, I took an image of myself, and then I added, I had a lot of fun with this. I have to put an image up here first. So I'm going to go, and if you remember, if your photographs are in Apple Photos, they're down here at the bottom. You might not see that at the bottom because that window might open up this small. Make that window bigger. And at the very bottom are photos. This is your Apple Photos. So what did I do? I took a picture of my wife. We went out the other day and I took that picture and I uploaded it. And then it says, what face do you want to put there? Well, I'm going to take my face. And then I'm going to say swap. And it takes a few moments. So while we're waiting for this, I'm going to leave this for a moment and make sure you understand that these were pinned tabs like this one right here. I like this one a lot. It's a lot of fun. I do a right click on the tab while it's working. We're not missing anything. I'll do a right click on it. And it's done already. And pin the tab. There it is. So it's microscopic. It's up here as a favorite, but it's now a tab that's always there. I can just quickly go to it, go right to it. So let's go back to the page I was on. There it is. So that's Barbara and now me. Yes, it is pretty funny, but that's what you can do. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick review. There's so many topics to discuss. Oh, by the way, when you want to download it, you point over here, and what it does, it doesn't automatically download it. Little curveball there, I call them. When you click on it, it opens it up in a new window by itself, a new tab. Okay? So here is where you can simply point to it using Safari and do a right click, two finger tap, add image to photos. And that's what I did. And there it is. I did it the other day in class. And then I played around with some photos yesterday. Pretty nice. And there I am today. So remember that. If you have any questions, email me, send me a text, save it for Friday when we meet again. And that, my friends, is the end of our review video. Hope you enjoyed it. Practice, practice, practice. That's all you got to do. It's not rocket science. Until then, see you soon. Bye-bye.